Welcome back. This is Mirnaya with the other game of the Losers Round 8. It's going to be between Boss Week and IFU Cryoc. The winner of this game is going to meet Whistler in the next round, and the loser is going to be out of the tournament. Cryoc spawns as the yellow Terran on Dante's Peak at the 10-11 o'clock position. And Boss Week spawns as the white Terran at the 8 o'clock position. So, we do have a DVT on our hands. Boss Weekly and Cryoc. So, I'm going to have a sip of my tea. Much better. So, about TVT, I must confess, I love the matchup. I don't know too much about it. I love the incredible positional play and so both the positional play and both the micro skill that it requires and the constant map awareness that you have. But again, I'm not very experienced in actually commentating TVTs, so I might be wildly off with some of my predictions. In any case, Weekly is scouting cross positions first, and hitting his barracks afterwards. Whereas Cryoc is going to scout conservatively and is going to immediately find Weekly. Weekly puts down his expansion quickly, while Cryoc decided to get a factory before command center. His SCV is in Weekly's main, and he has scouted his buildings and is right now mostly preoccupied with harassing the SCV building the command center, but Weekly has already sent another SCV. Oh, 3 hits left on that. Careful, you need to draw it back. Okay, the other SCV takes over. And now the first Marine is out, so he's going to chase the scouting SCV away. In the meanwhile, Boss Weekly's SCV has gone everywhere except where Cryoc is. And Cryoc is already pushing out with his first 2 Marines, and I believe he will get a fast vulture, and he keeps making Marines. So, the SCV has returned with a vengeance, and by vengeance I mean 2 Marines. And let's see what he can do. There's a bunker being built, and there's 2 SCVs, 2 Marines. SCV 2 Marines against SCV 2 Marines, and instead of focus firing everybody just picks their own opponent. The Marine gets killed, but there are some other SCVs pulled to try and reinforce the attack, but a lot of SCVs by Weekly get pulled, and the bunker finishes, so as soon as the next Marine is out, this attack is probably going to be over. He might want to try and run by with a vulture, but it's still a slow vulture. Machine shop is still only building. Is there a command center building anywhere by Cryoc? I don't see one. And well, Weekly is already on 2 bases, and he seems to be quite soundly defended. Nothing short of tanks would be able to bring this sort of overwhelming amount of Marines. Yeah, Cryoc has back, and has he thrown down a CC? No, he still has no. first tank is building, the barracks is floating out, and Cryoc is just now going to expand. Left a few units there to scout, and the sacrificial marine. 2 marines in the bunker by Weekly now, as he's happily mining off his expansion. That means that his factory was kind of delayed. Now his machine shop is done and is building the tank, but more importantly, in a somewhat hidden location, he's getting a starport. Which is either going to mean, and probably a TVT expert would know already, it would either mean wraiths or drops. Cryoc is moving out with his first tank, a marine and a vulture, towards Weekly's natural, but Weekly's siege mode is halfway done. Cryoc's it's even before ahead of Cryoc's siege mode, and Marines jump out of the bunker to assault the tank, which is a good choice. Yep, the assault is successful. 1 Marine is lost, but they managed to kill a vulture and a Marine in exchange. The tank took some damage, but wasn't really in danger of dying once it began to retreat. Cryoc has finished his natural command center and is mining away, and Weekly is already on 2 gas. Let's see what the starport is doing. It is, I think, yep, 1 Wraith is built and control tower is adding on afterwards. Is this just a scouting Wraith? Okay, it sees the natural. Scouts the main, so whatever else it might be used for, kills the SCV with 1 hit left on it. Whatever else it might be useful for, it's already providing good scouting kills. Another SCV is very good at noticing the clicking through the SCVs and attacking those that have been damaged from the previous engagement. So that Wraith actually has 3 kills, all of them SCV kills. Oh, another. Picks up another one, 4 kills. First Goliath is out, Wraith has to retreat. Is Cloak being researched? No, but there's more Wraiths, or at least a second Wraith being built. And Weekly decides that it is safe to disassemble the defense at the natural and moves out with 2 tanks. Yeah, the Wraith is scouting, so that's very useful for providing vision, but he sieges up just outside of siege range, just outside of siege range of Cryoc. He also has 3 tanks up on the high ground, and now Goliaths arrive, so the Wraith can no longer hang around there with a high hand. Scouting barracks to spot any drops should they be moving out. The starport has halted production for the time being. 3 random Marines going to reinforce it as the 4th tank of Weekly arrives to basically start outlining a front line. Just Goliath range finishes, so the 2 Goliaths are suddenly in range of the barracks. Weekly is expanding away from Cryoc, taking his 3rd at the 6 o'clock. Sorry for the occasional pauses, I'm drinking tea to keep my throat hydrated. Cryoc, on the other hand, is also getting his 3rd, but he's getting it... Oh, Wraiths need to be careful, and they are. He's getting it while going towards Weekly. So that tells me that he would probably like to do very heavy tank and positional play. So he wants to minimize the distance between the bases as much as possible. And well, the starport and Weekly's base positioning tells me that he wants to go for more of a mobile Wraith and or dropship play, base play. Obviously, he will still need a ton of tanks, but Apart from getting that number, beautiful tank spread by the way, getting that number, he would probably like to do more of a flanking or harassment style. So the initial front lines are drawn, and Weekly is at about 10 unit advantage. He expanded faster than Cryoc did, and remember that Wraith killed, I think, 4 SCVs. Just now, Cryoc's starport finishes, and he's getting the 2 Vulture upgrades. What is his armor doing? Nothing. He's at 1-0, which is okay, and whoa, he's ahead in upgrades. Where is Weekly's armory? Oh, he's way. Yep, it's going to be a long time before 1-1 finishes. Sorry, +1 finishes for Cryoc. Cryoc is sending out his first few vultures to mine up the map. And there is a vulture raid in the main. Vulture Wraith raid. In the main, they killed and or chased away the SCV building the science facility, and killed an SCV, and now really need to escape quickly because there's a Goliath who shoots one of them down, and the other one is also under fire and manages to escape the Goliaths. A small minefield and a vulture scout by Cryoc, as Weekly is extending his tank line. He really wants to say, okay, this is the point which you do not pass. Oh, no. I'm sorry. No. He's not extending the tank line. He is taking his tanks for a flanking maneuver on Cryo's position. He clears the minefield nice and easy and sieges up on the ridge. So he is actually... Okay, so after all, he is extending the tank line, but just at a better defensive position than what I initially thought he would be. Cryoc is pretty much doing the same, positioning tanks on the high ground, and that is going to fix the lines for quite a while, I believe. Scouting Vulture from Cryoc sees that Weekly has not taken the corner, however, Weekly is taking a 4th. And so is Cryoc if he had an SCV at the command center building it. But the initial SCV probably died to Wraiths. Or it could have been a Vulture, which Cryoc just did now, picking off the transferring SCVs. But there come Weekly's Vultures to take care of the rolling Vulture of Cryoc. Upgrade, check time again. Oh, yeah. Cryoc just started 2-0, and Weekly is still on 1-0. I believe, and I might be very wrong, that 1 armory is usually sufficient in TVT because Terra Mech is so glass cannony that upgrading armor does not pack that big of a punch. Scouting eBay and 2 random Goliaths. I wonder if Cryoc just forgot about them because they do not seem to be defending anything here. And Weekly is being slightly indecisive what to do with his tanks. He brought them up all the way here, just probably thinking that he would try and launch an assault, but he thought better of it and withdrew them. Cryoc is also maneuvering with his tank Goliath force. He could move out here, however, Weekly has a minefield, so even if he clears it out, Weekly will know that he moved out that way. Weekly is very diligent on expansions, and well, taking this line, that would halve the bases available, so he will probably want to either turn the front up this way to secure the top right corner. Or to break... oh, like that, yes. Or to break Cryoc's tank line here. Good tank, and Goliath drops. 2 tanks are already down, 3, 4, and that position has been taken by Weekly, and that's quite a nice move. Okay, Cryoc is immediately mobilizing to try and retake the high ridge. Oh, it's Goliath's melt. There's still 5 tanks, but yeah, Weekly has more. So Cryoc has to lift his command center, and well, he has to say goodbye to his turrets and entry factories. So this was a very good move from Weekly. Beginning the assault with tank drops and following up with creeping his frontline siege tanks forward and sieging up the ridge. It was a very successful attack. The supply tells it as well. Okay, some random uncontrolled Goliaths ventured down, only to be promptly destroyed by Cryoc's siege tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 1, 2, 3, 4 bases. So, and both mains are still there's still some minerals left there. So both players are have plenty of income. Meanwhile, that vulture that was keeping an eye on this base finally gets, I think it moved down from here, gets picked off by a small detachment of Weekly's army. And, okay, I guess Cryoc is going to go for a drop play of his own. That's 2 tanks and 4 Goliaths that are going to go and assault the 4 o'clock, and it... oh, they... okay, even better. They're going to go and siege down the... what? Okay, the tanks siege so that they are not really in range of either of the base, on either of the mineralized. Oh, I'm sorry, they're very much in range of the SCVs, and that is a duck shoot, SCV duck shoot. The dropships left, they should probably have stayed there to provide vision for the tanks. Now that I saw how far they can reach, they could probably have killed a lot more SCVs if there was constant vision for them. And in the meanwhile, while I'm looking at the harassment, I missed the main attack. Weekly has decided to push out from the base that he had previously taken from Cryoc, and is currently threatening Cryoc's natural. Oh, that's a big siege up. SCVs need to evacuate immediately. They don't, and therefore they die. The few Goliaths and Vultures are buffering quite nicely for Weekly, and he also manages to clear out the defending forces of Cryoc from Cryoc's 3rd base. The Natural is completely dead. There are a few tanks, and okay, on a... I don't even know, on a scale of 1 to some arbitrarily incredibly large number, how embarrassing is it to miss battle cruisers being made in a TVT? Before I miss the non-existent battle cruisers of Weekly, I just look back. Okay, so Cryoc, even though he's behind on supply, but he has 3 battle cruisers, which at the very least means that he won't die, so that Boss's attack will stop. Weekly's attack will stop dead in his tracks here. But it's a question whether they will be enough to actually turn the tide of the battle entirely. Because just before the battle cruisers showed up, Weekly seemed to be in a great shape, and this is a beautiful recall-esque drop on Cryoc's main. However, bunched up tanks means that they take maximum splash damage from this from Cryoc's siege. This attack is 0 kills, which is slightly strange. Also, Goliaths are pretty good against battle cruisers. Okay, 1 battle cruiser dies. There was a 4th one maybe, which brings the grand total again up to 3. But I mean, nothing will circumvent the fact that there is an army in Cryoc Spain, and it has been there for about a minute. Cryoc, in the meanwhile, has destroyed the sixth base of Weekly and shut down mining at the fifth, but that's not enough. All his production was in Weekly's dropped siege tank range, so he, having lost basically all his supply, he has no option but to GG. That means Cryoc is out of the tournament, and Boss Weekly moves on to the next round of the losers bracket, which I'm going to cast next, and he's going to be playing against Whistler, so it's going to be a TVC.